thing in the world. It is a gift that must be utilized before it's too late. Life itself is a gift, and when it is surrounded by our loved ones, it becomes priceless. A lot of us don't know the value of a loved person until he's gone. But we're given time to deal with the pain. It doesn't always have to be too late to start doing something. Master of ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, good evening. Parents are important characters in our lives, as they play a big role in who we become in the future. A father is the main provider of the family, raises his children in a loving, supporting environment, even if it seems like tough love. Whereas a mother brings her children to this world and wants them to be the best they can possibly be. Our story revolves about a mother with 5 children, a son and 4 daughters. Ever since she brought them to this earth, she has looked out for them, taught them how to behave well, eat well, dress well, and how to treat others well too. After they become young adults, each went on different paths. The oldest sister stayed at home, helping her mom with the chores. The other 2 sisters went to work to make a living. The older brother was away most of the time, and he always got back home late. Whereas the youngest sister, she was still at school. This devoted mother used to stay out at night in the middle of the road, waiting for her son to come back home. Tired, vexed, hot or cold, it did not matter, as long as he returned safe. Did he take that into consideration? She loved him the most, cared for him the most, remembered him the most, denied herself the pleasures of life to please him the most, while he loved her and remembered her least. After a few more years, everyone got married, and everyone seemed to forget that part of their lives, their mother. This mother that had become a grandmother even before she knew it, saw that time has taken its course and found herself unable to walk properly due to her knees. After that, nothing was the same. Moving ahead a few more years, we see that strong, faithful, independent woman confined to her bed in a small room, diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. She has been living in her son's house for quite some time. This might seem such a kind act or fulfillment of a son's duty to his mother, but it isn't. He sees her as a burden, heavy weight, a parasite that invaded his life. You see, in his eyes, as long as she has roof over her head, a bed to sleep in, food to eat, without a care for when or how many times she eats, nor if she likes it, a bathroom close to her room, no matter if she can use it. Everything is provided. Everything by himself. due to the nature of the disease and the lack of care, the illness progressed to the point that her whole body was stiff and she could not walk on her own. In addition, the medicine that she was taking was too strong for her tiny body. Eventually, it caused her severe hallucinations, memory loss, speaking problems, and many things, including addiction. But not that kind of addiction. Rather, the type of addiction that if she stops taking it, it will take away her life. So you see, in her eyes, she is stuck on this bed in a small room, a prison, in a world different than the one we live in, where deceased people are alive somehow. And the room gets pretty loud sometimes with people who don't really exist, just to keep her calm. Sweating to the point that it stinks, unable to wash herself, wetting herself to the point that it caused her infections, unable to call for help. When there is no help to begin with, her son is never around. His wife wants to kick her out. His own sons act as she's not there. She does not exist. And his daughter is glued to the TV. No one cares to check on her. She's just waiting, hoping that things get better. But deep down, she knows that the jaws of death are closing in. In a family full of girls, it is a son's duty to step up and do something when he knows that his sisters cannot. True, she has been living in her son's house for a long time with his wife and children. But if it wasn't for the eldest and youngest sister, who always come and visit her every day to give her food and shower, she would rot inside that room. And no one would ever know. These sisters have their own lives, but they never forget. Every afternoon, they start their cars and drive to see their wife. These sisters truly understand the meaning when God said, "Heaven is below mother's feet." This means that heaven is at our hands if we know how to honor, cherish, respect, protect, and serve our mothers. I go to university, and it gets pretty hectic sometimes. I'm always busy, and soon after, I'll be working, starting a family, having a life of my own. But every time I go and visit my grandmother and see how time and this Parkinson's disease slowly devours her, I see how my mother, the youngest sister, is devoted to her mother as she cleans, cooks, bathes, and takes care of her, just like her mother used to do long ago. And I wonder, what will happen to my mom if she loses her mom? Will I be able to take care of her if she needs me the most? Will I be able to fulfill my duty as a daughter? Or just cast her aside because I'm busy like my uncle? and actually have the nerves to say, she doesn't have to shower every day. Tell me, if you were sweating the whole day, would you be able to not take a shower? Would you be able to stand yourself? Fellow Toastmasters, this is a message, a wake-up call. There is nothing more important than our parents, and to spend time with them before they're gone. As Harvey McKay said, time is free, but it's priceless. You can't use it. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. But once you've lost it, you can never get it back. So don't wait for later. Get up now and do something with the time you have before the time comes and you cannot do anything.
Thank you, Toastmaster Maram, for showing us that time is really of the essence, especially when you're an adult. Now we'll have 1 minute for the audience to mark their comments on the ballot. Once again, 1 minute. Alright everyone, you can mark your comments now for our last speaker of the evening. But before that, I will introduce her evaluator. Her evaluator in particular is a Toastmaster who is always teaching us and always spending time to inspire us and correct us when we make mistakes all the time. To have such patience to put up with us is truly a great gift. Please welcome Nithya Handresvi to read up the objectives for Toastmasters of IR.
Madam Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests, and the speaker in particular who is attempting in Project 10, inspire your audience. The objectives are to inspire the audience by appealing to noble motives and challenging the audience to achieve a higher level of belief and achievement. Appeal to the audience's needs and emotions using stories, anecdotes, and quotes to add drama. Speaker should totally avoid using notes. The timer, please note once again, like the previous speeches, it is 8 to 10 minutes. Over to you.
Now to introduce our last speaker of the evening. She's a person who is really organized and very self-motivated. She has motivation, I don't know where it comes from. Spent years trying to develop the same motivation she has. When I first met her, I think it was around when she did the speech 3. And she as well has come a really long way today to deliver speech 10. Please welcome Toastmaster Ruqayya Abbas with her speech titled, Look Who's Around You.